The Vanishing Hitchhiker of Dead Man's Curve. Deep in the heart of rural Pennsylvania, there's a notorious stretch of road known as Dead Man's Curve. The road winds its way through the dense woods where the trees seem to close in around you like skeletal fingers. It was a dark and stormy night in October when a young driver named Sarah decided to take a shortcut through Dead Man's Curve. As she rounded the bend, she noticed a figure standing on the side of the road, thumb raised in a hitchhiking gesture. Sarah, being a kind-hearted person, pulled over to pick up the hitchhiker, but as she glanced in the rearview mirror, she realized that the hitchhiker had vanished into thin air. Shaken, Sarah pulled over to the side of the road and collected her thoughts. She wondered if she had just imagined the whole thing. But as she looked around, she noticed something strange, a grave marker on the side of the road bearing the name Emily Wilson and the date 1955. Suddenly, the pieces clicked into place. Sarah remembered the local legend about a young woman named Emily who had died in a car accident on Dead Man's Curve back in the 1950s. As Sarah sat there frozen in fear, she heard a faint whispering in her ear, "Thank you for stopping." And then, everything went black. The next morning, police found Sarah's car abandoned on the side of the road, the engine still running. But Sarah was never seen again. To this day, locals claim to have seen Sarah's ghostly figure driving through Dead Man's Curve, forever trapped in a loop of terror and tragedy. And if you're ever driving through those woods on a dark and stormy night, you might just catch a glimpse of Emily's vanishing hitchhiker, forever stuck in the past. Other haunted locations in the U.S. 1. The Amityville Horror House, New York, site of a horrific mass murder in 1974. This house is said to be haunted by malevolent spirits. The Winchester Mystery House, California. This labyrinthine mansion was built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the Winchester rifle heir, who believed that the house was haunted by the spirits of people killed by the company's guns. The Stanley Hotel, Colorado. This hotel was the inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining and is said to be haunted by the ghost of its former owner, F.O. Stanley. The LaLaurie House in Louisiana. This mansion was once the home of Madame Delphine LaLaurie, a wealthy socialite who tortured and murdered her slaves. The house is said to be haunted by the spirits of her victims. The Bell Witch Cave, Tennessee. This cave is said to be haunted by the malevolent spirit of the Bell Witch, who was blamed for physical attacks on the Bell family in the early 19th century. I hope you enjoyed this ghost story. Do you have a favorite haunted location in the U.S.?